changing faces, a family that smells each other's socks, and inseparable twins. These are the 15 weirdest families in the world, part 2. Number 15, family that eats raw food. The Hagwood family takes weird to a whole new level. The family lives a very hidden life far away from civilization. They live their lives very weirdly because they believe in eating raw food and don't think they need toothpaste. They brush their teeth with old butter. They definitely have got stinky breath. Will you be able to live like that? I definitely wouldn't. Number 14, one big, one small. Love comes in all shapes and sizes, and this family has certainly proved that. Genevieve and Verve Troyer met around 2001 to 2002 and fell in love. The only problem, Vern was 2 feet 8 inches tall, and Genevieve was double his height at about 5 feet 6 inches tall. They say that the height was never an issue for the two because they were very much in love. Vern was an actor, so they even walked the red carpet together. They got married in 2004 and have lived happily ever after. Number 13, giant couple. Martin Buren was called the Kentucky Giant because of how large he was. They say he was 7 feet and 7.5 inches tall and weighing 149 kilograms. The man went ahead to marry someone almost as big as he was, someone named Anna Hanning Swan. Their giant size made their marriage of Martin and Anna quite popular. However, Anna gave birth to a perfectly normal-sized baby. That's pretty surprising. Number 12, the Stevensons. For this next family of 2, there is no such thing as too short or too small. Sean Stevenson is a pretty great guy. He's a therapist, a self-help author, and motivational speaker. Sadly, he was born with a rare condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, which causes him to have fragile bones. He stands at only 3 feet tall and uses a wheelchair to move. People probably thought he would never marry. Surprisingly, his wife is perfectly normal, and she is a beautiful woman from Arizona. Since their marriage, the two have been happy with their life as a family. Isn't that lovely? Number 11, Solar Kids. Have you ever been to the park at night? It's my favorite time to be there. All the twinkling lights are so pretty to look at. Plus, you get to see the stars. Sadly, these brothers don't know what that feels like. These Pakistani brothers, Shoaib and Abdul Rashid, are perfectly healthy during the day and play like normal boys. Once night falls, it gets pretty tough for them. Both brothers become completely paralyzed. They become unable to walk once it gets dark outside. Nobody knows what exactly goes wrong, but this has happened every night since they were little. That's just so heartbreaking. If you think these were weird, now we're going to look at a family called Monkeys, a family that lives on a boat, and a family with 21 children. Number 10, family called Monkeys. Don't you hate bullies? They make people feel insecure about things that can't be controlled. This next family got bullied so much that the kids couldn't even go to school. The family has 5 children who all have small, weirdly shaped heads. People suspect they have a condition called microcephaly, which makes their brains a bit underdeveloped. All the children in this family have been called monkeys, which makes them not want to go to school and just stay home. Because of their brain's damage, they don't speak or talk like children of their age. When they're home, all they get to do is climb trees, get into fights, and bite people. Sounds like a pretty tough life, don't you think? Number 9, lives on a boat. The Gifford family have been on a boat cruise for over 12 years. The family of 5 got on a boat in 2012 and have been on a cruise since then. Only one member has left since then to attend college. The family occasionally comes to dry land to get food and supplies, but they can be on water for up to 6 months at a stretch. They've sailed the whole world and gotten to meet so many different people. Would you live on a boat if you had the chance? Number 8, 21 biological children. This family in question has 21 children who are born to the same man and woman. The crazy part is that they were all born in 19 months. Isn't that insane? But wouldn't having this many children have an effect on the woman? Here's where the surrogate mothers come into play. Christina and Gallup make use of surrogate mothers. Christina has trouble conceiving, so she had other women carry her pregnancies, and boom, a ton of kids everywhere. I've got one question though. How would they take care of all these children? Number 7, never left the house. Imagine if you never left your house since you were born. That would be outright insane, right? But there's a family who doesn't have to imagine it because that's their reality. The Angulo family of 9 lives in a 4-bedroom apartment in Manhattan for 14 years, only stepping out of the house very few times. This family had a father who suffered from extreme paranoia and decided to keep the only key to the front door with him at all times. The kids were homeschooled by their mom and only know what the outside world looks like by watching movies. I'm sure they were pretty shocked when they did start to leave the house. Number 6. The Odd Family. Back in the 17th century, there was a family called the Odd Family. The name was pretty perfect for them because every single person in the family had one odd thing or another. The dad had one leg, the mom had one hand, 2 of the boys had only one eye each, and another one was born with only 3 fingers on his right hand. Their mom had white hair, dad's was black, but somehow all the kids had red hair. That's definitely very strange. Number 5. Quadruplets from different moms. Anne and Chris, who live in Ohio, went viral for their amazing story. Anne couldn't have a baby for 5 years after her marriage, so her sister stepped in and saved the day. Her sister agreed to be a surrogate and carry a baby for Anne and her husband. Anne still kept trying and amazingly got pregnant after her sister had also gotten pregnant. Both sisters later discovered that they were both having twins and were excited. The weirdness doesn't end there. They both gave birth on the exact same day. Number 4. Triplets in different decades. Kaylee DeShane gave birth to her triplets 5 days apart. She gave birth to the first baby on the 28th of December 2019, and the remaining 2 were born on the 2nd of January 2020. The first baby had only a 9% chance of survival, but the little fighter and her siblings are still healthy and strong today. The babies had to be born that way because the doctors were worried that they could all die. They probably weren't getting enough nutrients. I wonder how they would celebrate their birthdays. You definitely didn't think it was an entire decade, did you? Starting out, things get serious. It's now time to look at a family with changing faces, a family that smells each other's socks, and a set of inseparable twins. Number 3. Inseparable twins. Lucy and Anna Desenque are grown women who are practically inseparable. This beautiful pair of twins have done everything together, from having plastic surgery to look more alike to even having the same boyfriend. They even have plans to get pregnant at the exact same time. They might even end up having twins too. No, it's not what you're thinking. These sisters aren't conjoined twins. They just made the conscious decision never to leave each other. True love? No, that's a little too weird. Number 2. Family who smells socks. Tell me, what do you do with your socks when you take them off? Most people throw them into the laundry basket and avoid them due to how smelly they are. But this weird family, however, turns smelly socks into some kind of smelling ritual. That's right, whenever they take off their socks, they hand them over to each other and start to sniff them like they were perfume samples. They would leave the socks everywhere without washing them. Now we move on to the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1. Face changing. Sometimes people grow up and don't look anything like when they were babies. That's pretty normal because a number of factors could change how our bodies develop at different ages. But things are a little complicated for this small Indonesian family. The Matarang family in Indonesia is made up of 6 people. 4 of them have a genetic medical condition that makes their face change shape. They start out with normal faces, but grew into having a face shape that looks a bit weird. Only one sister has a regular face, and that's because her mom didn't have this condition. That's gotta be tough to live with. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.